Hello students, welcome back for my video lecture. I am Dr. Arunima Verma, Assistant Professor in Institute of Engineering and Technology, IIT Lucknow, and in this lecture I am going to tell you about the power system, which is one of the important subjects of electrical engineering branch. And as an electrical engineering student, I mean, now you have started really a core subject, which all the subjects that you till now you were studying now will be dealt in this power system. Now, the unit 1 will be taken by someone else. I am going to deliver the first lecture on my unit 2 of syllabus KEE 501, which comprises of basically the transmission and distribution part. Now, to tell you about something very interesting fact, that electrical engineering is a branch which basically ultimate aim of an electrical engineer is to generate electricity, transmit electricity, and finally deliver it to the consumer end. Now, ultimately as a utility, as an electrical engineer, we have to satisfy the demands of the consumers in different forms, and this power system subject deals with all these aspects of generation, transmission and distribution. The generation part is covered up in unit 1, and rest of the units, that is unit 2 onwards, transmission and distribution part will be covered. Now, to come up with the index, the topics which will be covered in unit 2 are single line diagram of power system. So, first of all, I will be giving you an idea about how the general layout of or general flow of power takes place in this subject. Second, we have different topics of choice of transmission voltage, different kinds of supply system and their comparison. Next, we have this is related to basically designing of transmission line parameters, that is configuration of transmission line parameters, which deal with the resistance, inductance and capacitance and the various effects that are involved in the transmission line, and how these, after calculating these parameters, how transmission line they are judged basically on the basis of efficiency, on the basis of voltage regulation and ultimately the performance of transmission line. Once it has been designed, it is put into testing and then it transfers or transmits the power, and later on after that we go for the performance of transmission line. Then another topic which will be covered over here is the corona effect, which is very important and takes place in particularly in high voltage AC lines. And these all 4 topics will be covered in different lectures. In the first one, I will give you an idea about a single line diagram. Now, basically what happens is, in power system, if we deal with power system as a subject, it is a very vast subject. I mean, there is a huge bulk of topics involved in study of power system. It is a very interesting subject also, because as and when you come to know about the various topics, the various areas that are dealt in this subject, you develop interest as an electrical engineer, of course. And the point that we are going to have in single line diagram is, first one is your generation part. Second is your transmission, which in short I will be writing as like this. So, do not get confused, this is only a short form. In examination and everywhere you will find transmission as a full full spelling, and then we have finally the distribution part. Now, in all these various stages, first of all the electricity will be generated at some particular level, voltage level, then it will be transmitted over long distances depending upon where is the source center and where is the load center, and then finally the distribution will take place, and that is going to finally distribute the electric power which was generated in a generating station to the load center or where the consumers are actually located. Okay. So, to deal with all these things, you must know what is a single line diagram. Basically, as we all know that pictographic representation of anything is attractive and it keeps the thing in mind for a longer time, and the same thing happens with single line diagram. If I simply just give you a lecture on generation, transmission, distribution, a simple paragraphic story form of deliver, then you won't be able to understand as better as you will be able to if I represent the same thing in a pictographic form or a diagram form, where you will understand at which level at which voltage level the generation is taking place, at which voltage level the transmission is taking place, and at what levels distribution takes place. So, there are different stages. Basically, to define a simple single line diagram in simple definition form, if I say that single line diagram is a pictographic representation of the flow of power from generation to the load end, that is distribution end, in a single form, single line, and basically you can say at different voltage levels with different representation of components of power system or equipments involved in power system. Okay. So, if I draw a single line diagram, then in that situation, so let us start off with basically drawing the from the generation level. So, this is the generator which we are going to start. Now, as an electrical engineer, I would like to tell you that generation does not take place at very high voltage level, because generators are rated and designed and sized accordingly. So, normally the generation in India, if we specifically talk about, takes place around 11 kV or 33 kV. Now, this is the you can say an estimated form of 11 kV or 33 kV generation. Actually, the generation takes place, if I talk about, it takes place at 21.1 kV for an example, not exactly at 33 kV. I will tell you why all these denomination or nomenclatures are taken as 11, 33, 220, 440 and so on. Later on we will see. This is basically the generator part. Then we have the next diagram is a step up transformer, where we use step up the voltage from say 11 or 33 kV to very high voltage of say 220 kV or 400 kV or 765 kV and so on. Now, these are the extra high voltage levels which are available, and in India also we are transmitting basically at these levels only. In India, the power frequency that we talk about is 50 hertz, whereas in different places like America we have 60 hertz, even in UK the power frequency is 50 hertz. So, according to 50 hertz transmission, all the equipments will be designed. Basically, if you are designing a transformer or you are designing a generator or you are designing other protective equipments, then they all will be designed at 50 hertz frequency. All the power equipments, power system equipments, they work at 50 hertz frequency. That you have to keep in mind. It is a basically you can say power frequency, that is 50 hertz. Now, we come to this is the only time when we step up in the whole single line diagram or in the whole process of electricity generation till the distribution part. This is the only stage where we use step up transformer. In rest of the stages we are going to basically use the step down transformer. Okay. Now, after this step up transformer, next comes the stage when you are going to transmit, there will be bulk transmission, and then we will use a step down transformer to bring this voltage, that is of this level, that is 220, 400 or 765 kV to say 66 kV, or you can say the 33 132 you can say, or 66 kV, 132 kV or 66 kV. Now, this is the generation stage which we have already discussed. Generation. Okay. This is basically primary transmission. Primary transmission, and then this stage is where you are stepping down, first time you are stepping down the voltage. This is basically the secondary transmission level, which may or may not be you know, it basically may or may not be used depending upon the distance of transmission of the electricity part. From this point of transmission level starts the distribution part, that is primary distribution and secondary distribution. So, again this is transmission, you can say transmission substation, where you are going to again step down the voltage, say to 33 kV or 11 kV, all right. Now, this 33 or 11 kV voltage may be directly given to bulk consumers, that is industrial consumers or large consumers which consume high power, or they work at 11 kV or 33 kV. So, from directly you can transmit this or distribute this power, electric power, to large consumers, as you can see over here. Large consumers, we can call it an industrial consumer is a large consumer, or you can have commercial consumers as well, like big shops and malls, etc. They are commercial consumers, and from this, if you want to now, the second level of distribution takes place at low voltage, and basically for you know, basically for residential purposes or residential consumers, because they require voltage at very low level, that is 400 volt either 3 phase or 220 volt as a single phase. So, in that situation again you are going to connect one step down transformer to bring this 11 kV to 400 volt or 220 volt. 400 it is a 3 phase, 220 volt it is a single phase. Now, from here onwards you are going to deliver the power to residential consumers or premises. Basically these are small consumers, unlike the industrial or commercial consumers. Okay. Now, if till here we had secondary transmission, this part is basically you can say this is primary transmission, primary distribution, and this part is your you can say call it secondary distribution here. This you can call it secondary distribution. Now, these are the different stages, and this basically is a step up transformer, you can call it a generating substation as well. Generating substation, where you are stepping up the voltage to a very high level, and then the primary transmission takes place, which is for a longer distance. Thereafter you step down now thereafter you keep on stepping down the voltage at secondary transmission level, at primary distribution level, and at secondary distribution level. All these 3 stages will have continuous lowering of the voltage, that is from extra high voltage you will come down to high voltage and then you are going to come down to medium or low voltage. Is it clear? Now, this is the whole. Now, you can from this diagram you can easily recognize and you can easily observe that how the power is flowing once it is generated. Once you have generated, say you are using a thermal power plant or using a hydropower plant or even if you are using a renewable energy source, the power which has been generated is the ultimate aim is to be given to the consumers. And what are the stages? Basically, it has to be transmitted. Now, earlier days we did not have isolated system generating power plants. So, we have thermal power plant which is still dominating the Indian scenario, electricity generation scenario, and almost 60% of total generation is still through thermal power plants, and we all know that thermal power plants are mostly located at remote areas where basically raw materials are available. They are not located near to the load centers. So, wherever the raw materials are easily available, the generation takes place there, and then thereafter the electricity is transmitted and distributed at load center over a long distance. For example, if I say that the thermal power plant present in by Uttar Pradesh Power Corporation or by NTPC, which is one of the great generating utility in India, and they all have their locations or generating stations established at remote locations very far away from load centers. Then in that situation all these types of transmission takes place, that is primary level of transmission is there, secondary level of transmission is there. Then we have primary distribution to large consumers and secondary distribution for small consumers. The important points that you are going to look into this single line diagram is first of all flow of the power from generation to transmission to distribution. Second point that you are going to look into is at each level, at each stages you are going to mention the voltage levels. That is very important, because everyone from the diagram itself you should be able to see at which voltage level the generation is taking place, at what voltage level the transmission is taking place, and at what voltage level the distribution is taking place. So, voltage level is one of the important criteria in the designing of, basically as you can see in the designing of transmission line conductors. Now, primary transmission and secondary transmission, there are two parts. If the transmission takes place for a longer distance, over a very long distance, then you can go for primary transmission, else you can have a simple transmission stage, that is secondary stage, and directly if there are no small consumers you can directly use primary distribution. If there are no large consumers you can directly go to secondary distribution level. 2. Now, in this case this is basically a step up transformer. I should mention over here also that it is a step down transformer that we are using, step down transformer. This is also a step down transformer that we use normally, and this is also a step down transformer. The diagram has become a little bit of, why is it so? Okay. All right. Now, I think it is much more clear now. You can easily recognize what are the parts that are present. Now, these are basically the components which are used in power system. We have generator, we have transformers, we have transmission line conductors, and we have various equipment which are used for protection purpose, and like lightning arrestor, surge arrestor, circuit breaker, relays, etc. Now, they all form a part once you have delivered the power. All the function has been done of generation of electricity, transmission of electricity, finally distribution of electricity. Now, once the electricity has been delivered, now its protection, its reliability, its efficiency, its voltage regulation, everything comes into your mind, and now you keep on realizing if something abnormal condition arises, what kind of analysis is going to take place, like fault analysis, stability analysis, or load flow analysis and all that. Or if a fault takes place, then you can say that what kind of equipments, protective equipments you are going to use to avoid faults in such situations. So, all that forms a different part of power system and a different subject area which are involved in power system. In this subject, since it is the basics, it is the fundamental concept of power system. So, you have to understand the best bit of it, how the electricity is generated, transmitted and distributed at different levels. This is the basic, if we continue with that in short form, I have already told you that generation takes place at 11 to 33 kV. The practical value that takes place, the practical value of generation is normally 21.1 kV. Large generators, if we are talking about large generators, then the practical value is basically 21.1 kV, although we say that the generation takes place at 11 or 33 kV. Here we have primary transmission, say I already told you these are the extra high voltage level at which the transmission takes place. I am going to tell you why extra high voltage is required, or why the voltage level is stepped up to such a high value to avoid certain kind of disadvantages which are there in AC transmission at low voltage. Then we have secondary transmission, which is 66 kV or 33 kV. Primary distribution at this level, directly I already told you that they are for large consumers and this is for small consumers. So, these are the basic steps that are involved. Next is choice of transmission voltage. As I was talking about that at each of the levels, say at this point of time, I have already here mentioned also that extra high voltage transmission takes place. Now, why extra high voltage, why we go for extra high voltage transmission? Why not at the same voltage level at what we are generating the electricity, or a little higher? Say we are generating the electricity at 33 kV, you can ask a question ki, why do we go for extra high voltage? Why not we transmit electricity at 33 kV or 66 kV or even 132 kV? Why do we have to go for such higher voltage levels, say 765 kV and all? So, here are a few advantages, a few parameters which govern the basically the transmission voltage, or which decide or which influence the transmission voltage, or you can say in a way it is vice versa, how the transmission voltage, if you select a proper transmission voltage, what are the parameters or factors which will be influenced under such circumstances. So, the first parameter which comes into your mind is, or in everywhere, I mean as an electrical engineer or as a utility, the first parameter that comes into our mind is economy, cost of transmission line. Now, the first parameter while designing any transmission line, economy is one of the most important factors. Why? Let us say economics of electric power transmission, because it is influenced by various factors, and one such factor, as you can see, the last one is transmission voltage. The other factors are right of ways, supporting structures, conductor size, etc. Now, let us deal with one by one. What is right of way? It is a very important parameter, normally heard as rho, right of way. It is also in short form, you can say it is rho, and this is one of the important parameters which decides the economy of transmission line conductors. You will say how? It is simple. What exactly is right of way? Right of way is the effective ground area. If we are say if we are drawing a tower, okay. Say this is a transmission tower, this is just a simple structure, I am not very precise into it, but these are the 4 legs, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the effective ground area which is covered by the electric tower. Okay. Now, this effective ground area, shaded one, is the area which is measured within the legs of the tower, not outside, within the legs of the tower. And so, it may be covered as, or it may be called as right of way. It is the effective ground area which is measured within the legs of the tower, and this decides basically how, because every utility has to compensate for the ground that he is asking, it is asking for laying of the electric tower or for high voltage transmission. So, the tower size also decides this ROW. So, this ROW definitely is directly affecting the economics of power. Secondly, the supporting structures like insulators, we have jumpers, we have other wires that are supporting this tower. So, they also decide the economics. Second, we have conductor size. Now, here conductor size you can say that is dependent on transmission voltage. If transmission voltage is very high, then how it influences the conductor size, we will later on see mathematically also, that how if you increase the value of the voltage, how the conductor size is reduced. This we will see in the next stage, and then we have, before choosing the appropriate economic transmission voltages, one should know the advantage and limitations of high voltage transmission. Now, these are the advantages of high voltage transmission. Number 1 is bulk power transmission at low voltage requires large current to flow through the conductors, which has various repercussions as follows. Number 1 is increase of the conductor dia, increase in ohmic losses and decrease in efficiency. I am just giving you an idea in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will all see how the saving in conductor material takes place, how increase in conductor dia happens if you are transmitting power at low voltage, how the ohmic losses increase, decrease, etc. So, all the advantages and disadvantages of extra high voltage will be covered in the next lecture. Till now, I will just give you an idea, just to have as a first lecture, you can have just a glimpse of all these advantages and disadvantages. These are the normal tower structures that we have in different areas. You can find it in rural urban fringe, you can find it in the tower structure or tower line connecting, running through farms and all that. This is the distribution part which we will deal with in the next class, and with this I would like to conclude here with the continuation in the next lecture. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have got an idea of what is actually a power system and why do we have to go for power system study. Thank you very much.